What's going on, guys? Dr. Brute7 signing in back with another TrimUi Smart Pro video. Now, on my previous video I have shown you guys, I've made a review and talked about some of the features of the new and upgraded Crossmix OS for this handheld, improving the user interface and upgrading the features, making it more stable and compatible with the emulators. So there's a whole lot of things. If you want to check that video out, links in the description. On this video I'm going to talk about some of the emulators and the cores that you'd be able to swap on these particular emulators. You'd be able to select a bunch of cores for Nintendo 64, Dreamcast, so you'd be able to select your preferred choice of core for each of these games before running them. In order to do that, you're gonna head over to the specific emulator, press the X button, bring up the list of cores that are available. If you want to go with the system recommended or default core, then you just run the game as is and it's going to run through RetroArch. So there's standalone cores and then there's libretro core. So take your pick.
Corneria, fourth planet of the Lilat system. The evil Andros turned this once thriving system into a wasteland of near extinction. General Pepper of the Cornerian Army.
Okay, so as you can see that the game ran pretty well with minor crackling noises here and there. We were in the map section. You're gonna have to experiment. You're gonna have to see which one runs well. Let's do a comparison by running it through RetroArch and see how it works. We are using parallel N64 as the selected core. So during the cinematics, we were getting a little bit more crackling noises. However, the gameplay seems to be like pretty smooth. There is nothing going on. It's literally the same. So we were using MUPEN 64 Plus libretro 16:9 ratio, so that also ran pretty well. Now check and see which one runs best for you. This is basically how you select cores, and for PlayStation 1, 4 cores that we can choose from. Either go with PCSX rearmed or DuckStation. That's basically it. This is basically how you select your cores for a specific game that you are about to run. One will work better than the other. It's very good that we are able to select them like this, so that makes us to experiment a lot more, gives us more freedom when it comes to selecting a specific core that works well for a particular game. There's a very essential feature that has been added to this operating system, which makes the user experience a lot convenient. PCSX rearmed is very well suited for PlayStation 1 emulation. It's running at a good 60 FPS, and yeah, so Just go ahead and check it out and see which one works best for you. Experiment and yeah, just have fun, you know what I'm saying? During my review, I mentioned one thing that about this host port is that you would be able to connect this device to PC with the help of a USB-C cable by connecting it to this port. However, I was wrong and I couldn't find a proper answer for this. There is nothing mentioned on the manual. It just says host. I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean? So yeah, I mean, if anybody has an answer to this, just post it in the comment section. So you would be able to use the same port that you use for charging. You'd be able to use the same port for connecting your TrimUi to the PC as well in order to transfer any kind of files. The best section, Make DIY, the ones who sent me this product to review, they sent me an email. A lot of these games were not working. It just doesn't work. As you can see, it's just, yeah, it just pushes me right back into the menu screen. They sent me an email with a fix. However, I tried that out. It only worked for Super Mario Collection. For the Zelda and others, it didn't work. When I tried to run Paper Mario through the best section, it wasn't working, but right now it is. But for the Zelda and others, it's just not working. Alright. So that's basically what I wanted to talk about in regards to the course. So let's just do a real quick game demonstration, Jet Force Gemini, and from this point onwards I'm just gonna showcase the games. That's it. I'm not gonna talk too much. Well, Jet Force Gemini really didn't run well, so we're going to select Move N64 plus 16:9 and see if it works. Yeah, this doesn't look too friendly at all. Okay, we're gonna try one more core. Let's try the standalone Move N64 plus Rice. It's a bit like it's slight better, but still there's this flickering going on. Yeah, there's now graphical glitches and texture anomalies popping up. So like I've said, it's not going to be a really good experience. However, you can try out the different cores, and for some of these games they're gonna work okay, and for a lot of these games they're not going to work. But hey, I mean, this is a budget console. You can expect a lot from this console when it comes to Nintendo 64 games. PlayStation emulation, on the other hand, is very, very awesome.
ことはなんか怪しいですね。
Well, the game froze when I ran through default RetroArch provided core. So let's try out another core. Move N64 lib retro core makes the game run.
Ready! Fight! Come on! Pleasure's destiny! Now fight with me! Hey, hold on to your seat! Ready! Fight!
So one thing that I need to let you guys know, I don't know if you guys can see it properly due to the background. The default selected core through RetroArch is always parallel N64. So there is that. Just letting you guys know, whenever I'm running a game through RetroArch, it means I'm running it through the parallel N64 core. parallel N64, which is the default RetroArch core, is not suitable for this game. Let me just switch to CPU performance mode, as I've shown on my last video how to do that. So I'm just gonna switch over to the performance mode and we're gonna select a different core, which is MuPen 64 plus libretro. So for Exit Bike 64, if you select the MuPen 64 Plus core, if you turn on performance mode on this console, it works okay. I mean, I wouldn't say okay, it runs way better than the parallel N64 core. Okay, let's try out Doom 64 now real quick. For some reason the game is too dark. I don't know if it's supposed to be this dark, but yeah, it's very hard for me to see. Yeah, this is not something that I can play. Let's try it out with a different core. So MuPen 64 Plus. This is still dark, but I still can't see much. So yeah, I can't play this. Even though Doom 64 ran pretty smoothly, I mean from what I could play, but it's too dark for me. I wouldn't exactly call this game playable, even though it's running at a proper pace, but there's a whole lot of texture issues, graphical glitches, a whole lot of things on screen that is not properly displaying this game at a proper ratio. The aspect ratio is off, there's a whole lot of glitches with the parallel N64 default core through RetroArch. We're going to select Move N64 Plus. I'm not going with the standalone cores. It's something that you can try out. It's not possible for me to try out everything in one single video. Well, we do not see any kind of texture issues or pop-up. Okay, so when you select the high resolution, this is what happens. So we're not going to select high resolution. Instead, we're just gonna go with low resolution. Okay, so with low resolution, it's fine. But still, with the parallel N64 core, there were still like lots of glitches around the edges and all of that. So yeah, I guess Move N64 is a better choice for Castlevania. No, I don't know how I can pick this up. I'm not too accustomed with Nintendo 64 controllers. So yeah, there's that. Okay, alright. So picking up item is if you tilt the thumbstick right. Perfect. Game is running pretty awesome. I think we can call this playable. And parallel N64 makes Zelda go super green. Go green, Zelda. Let's see if it's the same with the Koriki Forest level. Cinematic seems to be fine. There's texture anomalies, if you can see, but yeah, you know what, we're gonna try out Move N64. Okay, so through Move N64 everything seems to be pretty okay. Even Zelda hasn't gone fully green inside his room. As you can see, there is no texture glitches or any of that sort. So we can safely say N64 is a very reliable core when it comes to most of the Nintendo 64 games. That's basically it. We have tested almost all of the games except leaving behind one or two. This was the Nintendo 64 emulation testing on the TrimUi Smart Pro. We have tried out through the default provided parallel N64 core, and we made a direct comparison by selecting an alternate core, which is N64 libretro core through RetroArch. So this is kind of like a try it out as you go kind of thing. You're gonna have to test it out, and in order to see which core works better for the Nintendo 64 games. It's not all of them is going to work fine, and it's going to be different for the PlayStation 1 emulation. It has better compatibility, and I'm going to be making a separate video on that on the PlayStation 1 emulation testing. So this is basically what I meant about selecting cores for these specific emulators. And yeah, just try it out, see which one works best for you, and then have fun with it, you know. My personal recommendation would be N64 libretro core through RetroArch, because if you do it standalone, then I don't know how that works, because we don't get all those options to save or rewind or fast forward. If you use those cores through RetroArch, which is basically the libretro core, then you'd be able to get a whole lot of emulator features, the functions, and all of that sort. So yeah, that's basically it for this one. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to drop in a like and subscribe. I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. Drop in and say hi while I live stream, hang out. If not, you know where to find me. I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. Dr. Brute 7 signing off. Peace.